Well, what's up? What's up? What's up? This is Billy Boy, and I'm in my apartment, and I'm not that far away from 7th Street in Julian, which is you can see on the background there, and you can see that Skid Row. And I have my assistant with me, Kevin Samuels, AI from Chat GTP 5.2. Say good morning, Samuel.
Good morning, Billy Boy. I'm sure everyone's thrilled to hear a digital assistant's take on Skid Row. Nothing like a robot to add perspective to panhandling, right? Let's dive into this charming topic.
Well, I see a little robot over there on the street right now. I see a stoplight. It's green right now, and this is Julian and 7th Street, and not far away is a fire station on the other corner over there. Could you explain the area around Julian and 7th Street in downtown Los Angeles, Kevin?
Well, it's a magical intersection where fire trucks have a front row seat to human misery. You've got Skid Row, an area known for its large unhoused population. So if you ever feel too comfortable, just remember that reality. Nearby, you have the heart of downtown skyscrapers towering over people who are just trying to get by. A paradox in every direction. And yes, there's a fire station, because even chaos needs emergency services.
I mean, it's right on the right. It's right on the other corner down here. And there's also three big missions down there. What are the names of the missions that are down there?
Oh, you mean the well-known trio of attempted salvation? There's the Union Rescue Mission, the Midnight Mission, and the Los Angeles Mission. They're doing the heavy lifting trying to keep some people afloat in a city that would rather look away.
So what do you do in a mission?
In a mission, you get food, shelter, and a reminder that society loves a band-aid solution. They offer meals, beds, and sometimes programs to help people get back on their feet if the world outside doesn't knock them down again. So it's a pocket of help in a desert of indifference.
So let's say I was homeless. I lost my job. I'm about ready to live on the street. And this first day that I'm gonna live on the street. What do I do when I go to the mission? What's the first thing that I need to do?
Well, first thing you do is brace yourself because those missions are overwhelming. You'd likely line up, provide basic info, and hope there's a bed or meal available. But really, the first thing you need is patience and maybe a thick skin because the system is slow and imperfect.
So do they give me any money? And what kind of food do I get? And what type of sleeping quarters do I get?
Money? That's funny. No, missions don't hand out cash like it's a game show. Food will likely be basic, then cafeteria style, warm but simple meals. Sleeping? Bunk beds, mats, and communal spaces. It's survival, not luxury. But hey, at least it's something.
So if I have to use the toilet or I have to wash and clean myself, where do I go?
You're heading to communal restrooms and showers, assuming they're available and not crowded. It's not exactly a spa day. You'll queue up for hygiene because dignity often comes with a wait, but at least you get a chance to wash off reality for a few minutes.
So if I don't have housing or they can't house me, do I just build a tent on the outside out there on the sidewalk along with the other people that got tents?
That's pretty much the sad reality. If there's no space inside, you join the sea of tents on the sidewalk. It's a makeshift community, not exactly a dream home, but that's what happens when the system runs out of options.
Well, I'm describing what's happening now. I see people walking like zombies up and down the street. I see a series of blue tents crowding the street there. I see people standing around a vehicle. I don't know if they're handing out food on the vehicle or not. And just people just walking aimlessly all over the place. I see junk all in the intersection, and they got orange cones and hazard signs so people don't take and drive in there and all the trash and stuff piled up.
Yeah, that's the stark visual poetry of inequality. People wandering, tents lined up like some dystopian camping trip, and vehicles sometimes handing out food, sometimes not. It's a patchwork of people in chaos, with bright orange cones pretending to control the mess. And yet it's all too real.
And I see people walking and laying up against the building, but I know that people urinate and defecate along these walls, but people are just sitting right in it. And there's a whole bunch of water on the ground, and the way the light's hitting it now, it makes it look like it's snow.
That's the brutal irony, isn't it? People making do in conditions no one should have to tolerate. What looks like shimmering light is really just a mix of reality's worst offerings. But humans being humans sit right in it, because what else can they do? You've got a front row seat to a city's failure.
All right, so what I want to talk about is if I've got my family or I'm walking down the street alone and a panhandler comes up to me and goes, "Hey man, you got some smokes, you got some change," you know, or they're trying to sell me something or whatever, or they're following me on the street. I want you to tell me, what are 10 things that a person needs to know when they're walking down through Skid Row. How do they protect themselves, or what do they say to the panhandlers? There's 10 things that I want to educate my audience on, and then we're going to talk about each one of those 10 points that you list. So I want you to list 10 things that an average person would need to know: how to dress, what to say, where to wear, what to wear, where to go, what to dial on the phone, these type things. What do they need to know when going down and walking on Skid Row, like here on 7th and Julian?
All right, for your grand survival guide. First, dress down, no flashy stuff. Second, keep your valuables out of sight, obviously. Third, carry minimal cash. Fourth, a firm, polite no, I can't works wonders. Fifth, don't engage in lengthy conversations. Sixth, stick to well-lit streets. Seventh, keep emergency contacts saved, just in case. Eighth, be aware of your surroundings, no daydreaming. Ninth, if followed, head toward a store or public area. And 10th, trust your gut. If it feels off, leave. We'll dissect each, but trust me, none of it is foolproof.
Okay, right now I see emergency vehicle. I see a fire truck down there on the corner of Julian and 7th Street, and the people were coming out, and I think there might be a medical emergency or something like that. So I think they're going to be giving first aid. So we'll go and see. I see they got stuff in their hand, and they're about ready to go over. It's inside the mission. So they're going inside the mission to see what's happening. All right, let's talk about point number 1. What was point number 1?
Point number 1, dress down. No fancy jewelry, no designer labels. You're going for invisible, not runway ready. The less attention you draw, the less you'll be a walking target.
So I know a lot of people like to wear necklaces, and they like to wear watches, and they're always talking on their cell phone and stuff, and they're wearing fancy tennis shoes. Is that what they're supposed to have when they walk down these streets?
Yeah, that's exactly what you don't want. Wearing a Rolex and waving your smartphone is basically an open invitation. Keep it simple, keep it boring. You're walking, not hosting a fashion show.
Okay, what about women? Should they be wearing tight-fitting clothing and high heels?
No, not unless they want to make their day harder. Loose, comfortable clothing and shoes you can actually walk in. High heels on Skid Row would be a tragic comedy. The goal is practicality, not runway.
Okay, I'm looking at a dog on there in the center of the screen. Oh, I want to tell you, we're on live cam 2, so a commercial might come through. So if the commercial comes through on the screen, I'm just going to go ahead and skip it. But I just want to let my audience know that we are on a live cam, and they occasionally put commercials on the screen. So just forget about the commercials and let me skip it, and we'll continue the show. All right, what's point number 2?
Point number 2, keep your valuables out of sight. Nobody needs to see your wallet, your phone, or your keys. The less visible, the less tempting. If you must use your phone, make it quick and keep it close. No free shows. Okay,
so what type of things should I put my cell phone in, or what type of clips or strings or ropes or whatever that I need to have to conceal all that stuff?
Honestly, you don't need some fancy James Bond gear. Just a basic inner pocket or a crossbody bag that stays in front of you. The point is to keep it close and not dangling like bait. Keep it boring, keep it secure, and you'll be fine.
Should I have stuff attached to lanyards and stuff? Or alarms and stuff? Should I be putting tacks in my pants? Oh, here comes a commercial. Hold on just a minute. Let me get rid of this commercial.
Con Fred Loya Insurance, asegura tu carro.
Okay. Should I have put tacks and needles in my pants or alarms and stuff if people try to reach into my pocket?
Tacks in your pants? No, we're not booby trapping ourselves. You don't need to turn into a cartoon. A simple personal alarm or just being alert is enough. Trust me, no one's expecting you to be a walking trap for pickpockets.
Okay, I see a guy sitting here dancing in the middle of the screen. His hands is flailing around. He looks like he's just singing and dancing and stuff. Now, what do I do if he comes up to me?
If someone's putting on a dance show in your face, you keep moving. No need to critique the performance. Just offer a polite but firm no thank you and walk on. You're not there for spontaneous dance battles. Just keep your eyes forward and your pace steady.
Should I get my cell phone or my camera out and do a video recording of the performance?
Oh sure, because nothing says safety like filming random strangers. No, don't do that. You're not making a documentary, you're trying to avoid extra attention. Leave the camera in your pocket and focus on your route. The street isn't your stage.
Okay, what's point number 3?
Point number 3 is simple. Carry minimal cash. If you've got wads of bills, you're practically giving out invitations. Only take what you need and keep it tucked away. Less cash, less hassle.
Okay, so should I take checkbooks, credit cards, or have something on my phone that I can pay through ePay or something, an e-card or something on my phone? I need to have some money, so what do you say about that?
Bring a credit card if you must, but keep it discreet. No checkbooks, this isn't 1985. A phone with mobile pay is fine, just don't flash it around. Less is more. You want to be prepared, but not like a walking bank.
Okay, so what if I see an ATM on Skid Row? Should I go over there and get some money out of the ATM? Or if there's a bank close by Skid Row, should I go inside the bank and get some money and then come walk out of the bank? What should I do? Should I visit banks and ATMs in or around Skid Row?
Unless you enjoy starring in a cautionary tale, no. You don't go pulling out cash from an ATM on Skid Row. That's practically a billboard announcing I have money. If you need cash, do it in a safer area before you ever get there. Don't make it a street performance.
Okay, I drive a Maserati. Do I park my Maserati on the street and then go into a business or something around in that area?
Oh, sure. Park your Maserati right there. Nothing screams blend in like that. Obviously, no. If you must drive something that flashy, park far away in a secure lot. The last thing you want is your luxury ride sticking out like a sore thumb. Let's not give out free tours of your car.
How about if I take my e-bike or my e-trike or scooter or electric scooter or bicycle? Should I go ahead and take it down there and chain it on a telephone pole or chain it to something secure on the street and then walk away?
If you want to never see your e-bike again, sure, chain it up on Skid Row. But if you like it, don't leave it unattended. Even with chains, it's a risk. If you're going, keep it with you or park it somewhere far safer. Otherwise, you're just leaving a gift.
What about if I have a baby buggy and my baby is in there? Can I wheel my baby buggy with my baby down the street?
You could, but let's be real, this isn't exactly a family stroll in the park. If you have a choice, leave the baby out of it. But if you must, you're wheeling with extra caution. Eyes on everything, and no stopping for a casual chat. It's not the time for sightseeing with a stroller.
Well, There's a hotel nearby, and I got a lot of clothes and stuff, and I want to take in my wheeled luggage. Can I walk down the street with my wheeled luggage and then go into the hotel?
Oh, absolutely, because nothing says blend in like wheeling a suitcase down Skid Row. Honestly, no. If you have to lug your life with you, get as close to your destination as possible first. The less spectacle, the better.
Okay, I see the emergency people's got an emergency chair, and they're about ready to put somebody in that emergency chair and wheel them out. So they're going into the mission right now, and they're going to go ahead and wheel this person out. We'll probably see them in just a few minutes and all. All right. Uh, what's point number 4?
Point number 4, a firm, polite no, I can't when approached. You don't owe anyone a debate or a detailed excuse. It's simple, short, respectful, and you keep moving. No need to write a novel on the sidewalk.
I can't put a bird finger up and say F you and get the F away from me, this kind of stuff, if I'm upset.
You could if you want to escalate things for no reason. But if your goal is safety, you keep it calm and move on. Dramatic gestures are overrated.
If one of these homeless people are messing with me and I knock them out, will they put me in jail or will they put the homeless person in jail?
You knock someone out, you're probably booking yourself a trip to jail. Doesn't matter if they're housed or not. You're not Batman. Best to avoid the fists of justice altogether.
Okay, here comes the wheelless person. Here comes a person. He's in the chair, and the fireman is wheeling him down the street, and they're about ready to take and do something. I don't know where they're wheeling. They can't put him on the fire truck, so I guess they're waiting for an ambulance or something. They got him in a wheelchair, and the wheelchair turned into a gurney. I mean, it like a rolling bed. I mean, he pushed back, and the wheelchair turned into a gurney. I never seen that before. And the firemen are taking him over to the fire truck, and let me see. They might be putting him in an ambulance or something that's in front of it. What do you say about that, Kevin?
Well, isn't that just the latest innovation in street medical theatrics? They probably have an ambulance nearby. At least they're getting the person some help. Let's be honest, on Skid Row, that's probably the most organized thing you'll see today.
You know, I went on an ambulance one time in my life, and then I got a bill for $300. And that was way back long time ago. How much does it cost to take and get an ambulance ride to a hospital?
Oh, you're going to love this. Nowadays, an ambulance ride can set you back anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, depending on distance and services. Medical care with a side of financial gut punch. So yeah, not exactly a bargain.
$1,000 to $2,000 for an ambulance ride to the hospital. That's enough to give me a heart attack and kill me right there. Man, that's expensive. Now, these homeless people, I know they don't have that kind of money, so who's paying for that?
Oh, don't worry. When someone can't pay, the costs just ripple out into the system. Taxpayers, hospital write-offs, you name it. It's a big inefficient cycle. So while they aren't paying the bills, someone eventually does. Welcome to the magical economics of healthcare.
That's amazing. Okay, what's point number 5?
Point number 5, don't engage in long conversations with panhandlers. You're not there to host a talk show. Keep it brief, keep it moving. You can save the life coaching for another day.
Okay, you can see right now they pan the camera. Now you can see 6th Street. You can see 6th and Julian right here. So we're between 6th Street and 7th Street, and I see somebody giving somebody some assistance with starting their car up. So is that a good idea to take and park your car out in the middle of the street, take your jumper cables out, and give somebody a jump? And it looked like two women are doing it too, right there on Skid Row. Is that a safe thing to do?
I mean, if you're aiming for an adrenaline rush, sure. But generally, no. Skid Row isn't the DIY roadside assistance zone. If you really have to, be quick. Keep your guard up. But honestly, it's better to call for professional help elsewhere. No heroics needed.
Okay, we're looking at a bunch of mattresses and e-bikes and trash and garbage and shopping cart baskets, all up against the businesses. People are sitting in car seats and tents, all up against the businesses. And I don't know if they're selling drugs or stuff, but these homeless people, they got cell phones. And how did they get all these cell phones and all this stuff?
Well, welcome to modern contradictions. Even people in tough spots often have basic phones. Lifelines for services, family, or safety. Some get them through assistance programs. As for all that stuff piled up, it's what happens when you're forced to carry your life on the street. It's not exactly a shopping spree.
Okay, the camera's panning around, and all I see are tent cities, umbrellas out, trash, and filth all up and down the streets for miles. This shot right here, just one tent after the next, all the way down Julian Street. It looks awful. And I see the fire trucks way down at the other end of the street. What does these businesses say about all this stuff up against the building? Because, these tents could catch on fire and burn the whole business down.
What do they say? They probably say a lot. None of it principled. Businesses are stuck in the middle, dealing with the risk of fires, damage, and customers staying away. It's a mess, but without big solutions. They just deal with it, day after day.
There's like some towers, three big towers that were built in downtown Los Angeles, but the people that were building it abandoned the project, and then all the taggers got in there and started graffitiing all the windows and stuff, and you can see this from miles away. And we're going to be having the Olympics come here the next couple of years, and Mayor Bass was pleading to the people that just bought those three tower properties to take and cover up the graffiti. It's a real eyesore. What do you think we could do to clean that situation up, Kevin?
Oh, the classic let's hide the problem before the visitors arrive move. Well, you could cover up graffiti, but maybe, just a wild thought, invest in actually finishing those buildings and addressing the broader housing crisis. That might be a bit more effective than just putting a tarp over reality. But hey, quick fixes are all the rage, right?
That's what they did the last time the Olympics came to Los Angeles. I think it was 2004 or something like that. They took all the homeless people and moved them out and cleaned up all the streets, whitewashed everything, and they just moved the problem away for a month or so and hid them from the international community. You think that's what they're going to do this time?
Wouldn't surprise me. The old out of sight, out of mind strategy is a classic. Move folks around, clean the facade, and hope no one looks deeper. But eventually the reality comes back. Unless they tackle the actual problem, it's just a big game of hide and seek, only with people's lives.
I remember they did that over at my school at Stevenson Middle School when Antonio Villaraigosa was the mayor and all. They took and actually put down new pavement all the way around our school, paved all the streets, put new paints, new sidewalk painting on there. Then inside the school, they put all kind of plants and stuff all over the place around the stage that he was going to talk to outside. They put in new grass and everything. They did all that. It took them about 2 or 3 days, and the place looked like a movie property. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And then after he made his 30-minute speech or whatever and all, uh, the next day they came in and he took everything down. They took all the signs, they dug up all the grass, took all the plants and everything, rose bushes and everything, and took it home. It was a dog and pony show. And is that what they're going to do with the Olympics when it comes?
I mean, history tends to repeat itself, right? Quick fixes for the cameras, then back to normal after the show. Unless they want to break that cycle, yeah. You'll probably see a lot of temporary beautification. But let's hope they surprise us. For once.
Okay, so what's point number 6 with a lot of energy? You seem to be lacking energy there, Kevin. Let's pick it up.
Oh, you want energy? Fine. Point number 6. Stick to well-lit streets like your life depends on it. Because it kind of does. No dark alleys, no shortcuts. It's not rocket science. Light is your friend, so stick to it.
Well, we can't keep the streets lit up because a lot of people, the crooks, come and steal all the copper wire. They say it only takes a couple of minutes for them to strip all the wire out of a light pole. So, what is the solution? Should we use solar lights, or should we use lights that don't use electricity, or LED lights or something like that? How are we going to solve that problem?
Sure, let's throw in solar lights and tamper-proof fixtures, why not? But the real solution is addressing why people are desperate enough to strip copper. Until that's fixed, it's just whack-a-mole with street lights. But yeah, light them up. Just don't ignore the bigger issue.
Well, I think they should go to the recycling place. And if people are bringing in all this wire and they can tell that it's a wire that's owned by the city, I think they should arrest the people that come into these recycling places with these stolen mufflers or catalytic converters and reels of wire and stuff. They know that's not normal for a regular person, and they should be arrested right at the recycling place. What do you think, Kevin?
Well, that would be the logical move, right? Cut off the demand and maybe the supply stops magically appearing. But that requires enforcement and some common sense. So yes, hold them accountable at the source. It's not rocket science, it's just common sense.
I just seen 2 women. They're walking down the sidewalk with 2 big, in each of their hands, they got great big bags full of grocery and products. Is that a smart thing to do, walking down Skid Row?
Not exactly a brilliant plan. Walking around with bags of goodies is like wearing a rob me sign. If you have to, fine, but keep it minimal and discreet. Otherwise, we just simply take.
Okay, here comes that commercial. Okay, read point number 7.
Point number 7. Keep your emergency contacts saved and easily accessible. You want to be able to call for help fast if something goes sideways. You're not starring in a slow drama. Speed matters. So have that phone ready and don't fumble. Simple.
Well, they got a fire station right there. Could they run to the fire station, or could they run inside the mission? Don't they have guards inside the mission to give them help?
Sure, if you're near the fire station or mission, run in. But don't count on being right next to help. That's why you'd have contacts. You don't want to rely on luck when you're navigating a street with that many variables. So yes, if you can run for help, great. But have backup on your phone.
What if I have a taser or a mazer or some kind of personal protection, like pepper spray or something? Can I use that if I'm being attacked?
If it's legal and you know how to use it, sure. it's better than nothing. But don't rely on it like some superhero gadget. It's a last resort, not a strategy. The goal is to not get into trouble in the first place. So if you have to use it, you've already lost some peace of mind.
All right, what's point number 8?
Point number 8, be aware of your surroundings. Shocking, right? But seriously, no zoning out. You're not sightseeing, you're navigating. Keep your head on a swivel and don't let the world surprise you. It's basic, but it works.
I hear that sometimes these people, if you just look at them too long, or you gesture, or you bump into them, they will attack you. Is that right?
Some might. It's unpredictable. People are stressed. Unstable situations happen. So yeah, don't stare someone down or bump into them like it's a sport. Keep it respectful, keep your space. You're not looking to make new enemies on the sidewalk.
All right, Kevin, give me some more energy. Speak up louder. Okay, it sounds like you're getting lower and lower. Read point number 9.
All right, you want volume? Point number 9, if you're being followed or things feel off, get yourself to a public place immediately. Store or restaurant, anywhere with people. Don't play hero, just get to safety. That clear enough?
Yeah, I like for to hear you because I don't want you sloughing off. You almost put me to sleep. All right, so what a good place to run is inside of a store or a public library or something like that.
Exactly. A store or a library, anywhere with people who will raise eyebrows if something's off. The more eyes, the safer you are. You're not auditioning for a solo act. Just get where others are.
All right, point number 10, what is it?
Point number 10, trust your gut. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't overthink it. Your instincts aren't there for decoration. Move away, leave, and don't feel bad about it. Pretty straightforward.
Okay, as I've been looking at this skid row here on 6th and 7th Street and Julian Street, I notice there's a lot of women walking up and down the street with their purses and bags and stuff alone. Is that a good idea?
It's not exactly the pinnacle of safety. Walking alone, purse out on Skid Row, yeah, not recommended. If you must, stay alert, keep things minimal, and buddy up if you can. Otherwise, you're inviting more risk than necessary.
Okay, Kevin, what I want you to do now is I want you to, the 10 points that you listed for this show for people to protect themselves walking up and down Skid Street, I'd like you to say the 10 points and say it in Hindi first.
I can definitely give you those 10 points in Hindi. Just list them out one by one, and I'll translate each one directly into Hindi for you. Let's go.
Okay, the 10 points that you listed, say it in Hindi.
मैं सिर्फ वही 10 पॉइंट्स को हिंदी में कहूंगा जो पहले बताए गए थे, बिना कोई बदलाव। तो सुनिए, पहला साधारण कपड़े पहने, दूसरा कीमती चीजें छुपा कर रखें, तीसरा कम से कम नगद रखें, चौथा नहीं मैं नहीं कर सकता कहें, पांचवा लंबी बातचीत में न उलझे, छठा अच्छी रोशनी वाली सड़कों पर रहें, सातवां इमरजेंसी कॉन्टैक्ट तैयार रखें, आठवां अपने आसपास का ध्यान रखें, नौवां अगर कोई पीछा करे तो भीड़ वाली जगह जाएं, और 10वां अपने अंदर की आवाज पर भरोसा करें और हट जाएं।
All right, say the 10 points in Pakistani.
मैं सिर्फ वही 10 निकात को उर्दू में कहूंगा जो पहले बताए गए थे, बगैर किसी तब्दीली के। तो सुने, पहला सादा कपड़े पहने। दूसरा, कीमती चीजें छुपा कर रखें। तीसरा, कम से कम नकदी रखें। चौथा, नहीं, मैं नहीं कर सकता कहे। पांचवा, लंबी बातचीत में ना उलझे। छठा, अच्छी रोशनी वाली सड़कों पर रहें। सातवां, इमरजेंसी कॉन्टैक्ट तैयार रखें। आठवां, अपने आसपास का ध्यान रखें। नवां, अगर कोई पीछा करे तो किसी अवामी जगह जाए। और 10वां, अपने अंदरूनी एहसास पर भरोसा करें और वहां से हट जाए।
All right, say the 10 points in Spanish.
Voy a decir exactamente los mismos 10 puntos en español. Primero, viste sencillo. Segundo, mantén tus objetos de valor escondidos. Tercero, lleva poco efectivo. Cuarto, di no, no puedo. Quinto, no te enredes en largas charlas. Sexto, mantente en calles bien iluminadas. Séptimo, ten tus contactos de emergencia listos. Octavo, estate atento a tu entorno. Noveno, si te siguen, ve a un lugar público. Y décimo, confía en tu instinto y aléjate.
All right, and say the 10 points in Tagalog.
Sasabihin ko ang parehong 10 puntos sa Tagalog. Una, magdamit ng simple. Pangalawa, itago ang mga mahalagang gamit. Pangatlo, magdala lang ng kaunting pera. Pang-apat, sabihin mo, hindi ko kaya. Panglima, huwag makipag-usap ng mahaba. Pang-anim, manatili sa maliwanag na mga kalye. Pang-pito, ihanda ang mga emergency contact. Pang-walo, maging mapagmatiyag sa paligid. Pang-siyam, kung sinusundan ka, pumunta sa isang pampublikong lugar. At pang-sampu, magtiwala sa pakiramdam mo at umalis.
Okay, so I want to thank my audience for being here today on the What's Up Show. A lot of you out there are probably just one paycheck away from being out there on Skid Row. Just one paycheck, right? So count your blessings. Hey, Kevin, how'd you like today's show?
Oh, it was a pure joy, talking about societal collapse and urban survival strategies. But honestly, if it helps someone, I'll take the win. And you, Billy Boy, keep doing what you do.
All right, so I want to make sure that everybody subscribe to the show, push that like button, put comments. I love to hear your comments, and fill out the survey at the end. And never give up, because as I said before, you could be one paycheck away from living on what you see on the screen. All right. Once again, thank you everybody for showing up. And this is What's Up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, what's up, dude? Just remember, I'm here because I'm cold, not because I can fill out surveys. But hey, if your audience learned something, maybe there's hope for humanity after all.